Hello my happy people, today I'm talking about 5 books I recommend. All of those books really changed the way I look to certain things, and I wanted to share this with you so you will benefit too, and maybe I will start and get you like excited about reading books, because to be very honest, I read a lot of books when I was younger until the age of 12, and then at high school I stopped reading books at all because they were forcing us to read some certain books and I didn't like the books and the fun for me was gone. So after that I didn't read for a very long time, but I was also always missing something. I was jealous when I was like looking at people who are reading, and I would always make excuses for myself like that I'm too busy. And even though I'm still busy, I try to make time for 5 or 10 minutes at least to read and to get a little bit knowledge. So if you're busy too and you always make an excuse for yourself, maybe I will get you interested in reading books again. So yeah, let's get started. Let's start with Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert. This book is all about being creative, and she changed the way I look to creativity. She talks about so many things, but especially the main thing I remember and that stick with me in this book is create just to create. And that's something very powerful if you think about it, because if you like it or not, most of the time you think you create something and you expect something. So you expect people to like it, or people like to give appreciation or to tell you how great it is and how wonderful you are. But it's also very tricky if you expect things from other people, because other people can also be negative, and then a lot of people stop making things, stop creating things because they don't have enough likes, or the people are like responding negative about something, or they write like a bestseller and that's the best book they write, and then after that they stop writing because they don't think they can create something else. So it gives me this book. Yeah, this book gave me a lot of freedom, like to create just to create, to feed that hunger in you. Like if you want to create something, there's a certain hunger inside of you, you just want to create. It doesn't matter if people like it or don't like it, create for yourself. We're talking about The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. Now, a lot of people already talked about this book, and most of the time I'm very late with reading books. It's like for a few years people talking about it, and then suddenly it get my attention and I go and get it. This book is talking about the mastery of love, like what real love is, and it goes very deep, to be very honest, and I had so much eye-openers and so much like aha moments, like Oprah Winfrey talks about them. In this book he gives like an amazing example, like just imagine you have a very full fridge of like amazing food, like everything is there, and somebody knocks on your door and gives you a pizza who is like gross and old and cold. Would you take that pizza? No, of course not, because you have so much food. Like, why should you take something like so bad when you have so much food in your fridge, right? But what if you have for days or years you don't have anything in your fridge? Then what happens if the same person knocks on your door with that old dirty pizza? You will take it, right? So that's what happens with love. If you don't love yourself enough, if you don't have like dignity and crazy, like of course nobody's perfect and everyone sees the imperfections, but really be satisfied with who you are and have enough love for yourself and don't accept everything you get, then if somebody knocks on your door and gives you a little bit love and then doesn't call or doesn't respond or anything, you will say, very quickly bye bye, because you're full and you know you have enough love inside you and you don't need that person just for love. But if you're empty inside and that person gives you just a little bit, or if you're thirsty and you get just a little bit of water, you will be waiting for that water every time. So yeah, that's like the best example I can give of this book. But it talks about so much more. And this, yeah, please read this book, please. If the world would read this book and really understand this book, I think the world would be so much better place. So definitely I recommend this one too. So this is a book. Oprah Winfrey has a magazine and she writes every time like a column like what I know for sure, and those columns are in this book, and she talks about a lot of things. She all the things she knows for sure, and it's like a lot of things you know actually, well, at least I know, but it's so good to take or to hear and read about it again and again. It's crazy. Like one, I will read one. I hope my reading is a little bit good. When was the last time you laughed with a friend till your sides hurt, or dropped the kids off with a sitter and went away for an entire weekend? More to the point, if your life ended tomorrow, what would you regret not doing? If this were the last day of your life, would you spend it the way you're spending it today? So yeah, things that make you very, very think about what you're doing in life and what should you do better. And the quote, no, it's just something on the back. It tells, I know for sure, your journey begins with a choice to get up, step out and live fully. Now that's something I'm really struggling with. It doesn't mean I'm not living my life fully, but I'm always so busy and rushing through things that I really have to learn to stop and enjoy more, like the moment I am in. I'm always thinking about the next step and not enjoying right now. I have a girl boss. This book is crazy. Like, this is Sophia Amoruso from Nasty Gal. The way she become actually from nothing to everything, like it's so amazing to read her story. It's written in such a fun, crazy, but also like very interesting way. So it makes you read with a smile, but it has so much powerful things you can learn. Like, seriously, she was eating from a dumpster and then suddenly she found like a vintage store. She found a jacket and she sold it on eBay like for so many profit, and then the journey started and now she has a company, it's Nasty Gal, a very successful company. Like, sometimes you really have to be desperate to make something great. A lot of people, they don't want to make mistakes, or they don't want to go to tough things in life, but actually the mistakes and the tough things in life, they push you so much forward. You will learn so many things from mistakes or bad things that just happen. You can take a lesson from everything, and she did it, and she made it like to an amazing company. So much respect for her. Definitely a must read too. This is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. This is, I just read actually on my vacation, like just a few weeks ago. I finished this book, I think, in 1 or 2 days. That's how much I liked it. It talks about the miracle morning. That means it's on the cover, like the 6 habits that will transform your life before 8 a.m. It's all about like waking a little bit early, 30 to 60 minutes before your normal alarm goes off, and do things like exercise, meditates, writing, reading, and affirmations. So it's a few things you have to do to be a better person, to start your day like with so much more energy. And I was doing already a little bit before I read the book, because I heard well, things from other successful people and other books. But the way he talks about it and the way he explains it is so fun and so important to read. It's so interesting what you can do with your time if you just wake up. Like, he recommends an hour, and I definitely try to do an hour, but sometimes it's very hard, especially in the first days. So he talks about 30 to 60 minutes, that's enough. Make a little bit more time for yourself and see it not as something you have to do, but something you want to do, because it's me time. It's so important to have me time, because most of the time when my alarm goes off and I don't wake up like early, I start rushing. Everything is with a rush. Then my son already wakes up, so I don't have time to spend time on myself, and the whole day goes like this. Work, other people, family, partner, everything you give attention, and then at the end of the day there's one person you ignore, you neglect the whole day, and that's you. Like, you didn't give yourself enough attention or enough fun things to do. So instead of sleeping 30 minutes more, wake up 30 minutes before and just sit with yourself and write what's in your head, or read something, do a quick exercise, have like a good breakfast, and start the day like very slow and very easy. So those are the 5 books I definitely recommend, and I hope, as I said at the beginning of the video, you would try to read more and maybe try one of these books. I definitely recommend them. If you do, or if you already read one of those books, leave a comment down below. Also follow me on Instagram, because I share like on Instagram stories behind the scenes, and of course my pictures and everything. I would love to see you there. For now, have some fun with the reading, and don't forget, keep on smiling. Bye, my loves.